Democrats held an education forum today to spotlight the Trump administration's dismantling of the U.S. Department of Education. Coin 6 is taking a deeper look into how many jobs at the department were cut and the impacts that could have to local public schools. The U.S. Department of Education has been nearly cut in half since President Trump took office a second time. At today's forum, senators across the country discussed what critical resources were lost in those cuts. Let's take a look at the numbers. So as of January of 2025, the department had over 4,000 staff members. As of March, only 2,183 staff members remain. At today's forum, Washington Senator Patty Murray says Trump's massive federal cuts to education were made to make room for tax cuts for billionaires.
Trump wants to suck money away from public schools and shove it at unaccountable private schools. That is just another way for him to take money away from our families and give it to billionaires.
20 states, including Oregon and Washington, have sued the Trump administration over the cuts to the Department of Education. Those cuts severely impacted the department's Institute of Education Sciences. That institute generates critical research on K-12 public education in the U.S. And data from that research is then used to determine if support and intervention is required on the federal level. Senator Frederick, the chair of the Oregon Senate's Education Committee, is weighing in on how the absence of that research could send public schools in Oregon and across the country into a tailspin.
The information will not come in. That what information does come in will not be positive. Then they will say, well, it's not positive, so we need to completely eliminate the Department of Education. It is a spiral, an intentional spiral.
Coin 6 also reached out to Foundations for Better Oregon, a nonprofit that tracks student outcomes and state investments in education. It says with cuts at the Department of Education, it is more critical than ever for Oregon to collect its own data on student learning. New legislation proposed by Governor Kotek would do exactly that. House Bill 2009 and its corresponding Senate Bill 141 both direct school districts to collect their own data about student learning.